Hello everyone, I welcome you once again. In this session we are going to discuss about the different type of questions that are asked in the board examination related with the stake implementation, and we'll try to find out the solutions of that. And in the previous session we had already discussed about the implementation of the stake with the help of list. So you can refer to that particular video. So let's take the first example. For example, this is my question: write a function in Python push in L. So this is the function name where L is the list of numbers. So what we will do, we'll take the same name from here. So I am copying the same thing, okay, and we'll try to find out this. So the same name we should follow in the exam, okay, where L is what? List of numbers, and we have to push all the even number of elements, even numbered elements of the list into the stake, okay. So this is the function that we have to create. So def push in the same name and the same parameter colon. So this is my function. What I want to do, so this L is what? It is representing the list of numbers. It is representing what? List of numbers. So there may be several numbers in this, and from those numbers we have to push. So even numbers we have to push into the stake. So as we know that how to find out the even numbers, so the numbers which are divisible by 2. So first of all we have to trace all the elements of the list L. So what we will do for that, for I, or you can say for X in L, for example we have taken this. So this X will represent each element one by one, okay, and then we have to find out which one is even number, okay. So if I do write like this, if X modulus 2 equal 0, then we can say that this X is what? An even number. Now this X is the element that satisfy this criteria of even number. So we have to push this X in the stake. But where is our stake? We have not created the stake. So we have to create the stake above, okay. If we are asked this particular function, and in this function you can see here that we are not using stake as a parameter of it in the function, okay. So we have to take the stake above. So we are taking this stake and we are making it empty right now, and here in this we have to push the element. So stake dot append. What we do? We use the function append, and then we will push the X inside this. So this is the thing that we have to do. Automatically it will append all the elements in the stake which are divisible by 2, right? So this is how we can answer this particular question. So if I take L is equal to, for example, A is equal to, I am taking some elements in this, L is equal to, we are doing it additionally to execute and try test this code, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have taken these much elements in the list, and if I want to execute this so that we can find out whether it is working fine or not, so what we need to do? We need to call the function. So push underscore in, and then we have to pass L. So L, the same name list we have taken L, and then we have to display. What we need to display? We need to display the stake. So we'll display the stake. Let's see what happens, okay. Let's try. So you can see here that 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10 out of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is displayed. So it is working fine. Now we take this the OR part of this. Here it is asked that write a function in Python pop out stake. The function name is what? Pop out stake, where stake is So here the stake is passed. Okay, stake implemented by a list of numbers. The function returns the value which is deleted from the stake. We'll take the function name. We'll write def pop out stake. Okay, we'll keep the same name and the objects that is passed. Okay, so this is where the stake is implemented by a list of numbers. So first thing, whenever we are discussing about the popping of element or deleting of the element from the stake, first we have to think whether it is empty or not. So we'll write the same, if a stake equal empty. Okay, if it is like this, then what is this? This stake is empty. So we can write stake underflow, or there is no such element to remove from the stake. Okay, else what we need to do? We want to remove only the one element. Look at here, the function returns the value which is deleted popped from the stake. The function will return. Now see what the function is doing. The function is returning the value which is deleted. So we have to return. We have to what? Return the value. And then we have to write stk dot pop. So automatically this pop function will take the last element and remove it from the stake. So return stake dot pop. Okay, this much is required for this case of the function. So we have tested whether the stake is empty or not, and then we had written the value that is popped from the stake. So this much is required as answer of this particular question. Okay, now we take another example. GI has a list containing 8 integers, right? We need to help us to create a program with 2 user-defined functions. So we have to create 2 user-defined functions to perform the following operations based on the list. Okay, let's take this example that this is my list. Okay, we'll take the same example here. We'll take the list. Okay, this is the list, and then we have to create a function. Okay, we have to create a function to push the elements in the list, element in the stake which is divisible by 5 or 3. Okay, so let's take this def push stake. For example, since the name is not given for the function, so we'll take it as per our convenient. Okay, so I'm taking it as push underscore stake, and then what we need to pass here? We need to pass the, actually we'll take the stake also, empty stake here. We'll take the empty stake here. Okay, so we are passing the stake and we are passing the L. Right now we have the empty stake. We have the list with some values, 8 values, right? So what we want? We want to traverse all the elements of the list. So we'll do this like this for x in L, for example, x in L. So this x will take one by one element from the list. Now I want to find out whether it is divisible by both 5 and 3. So how to find out? If x, in that case it is divisible by both, and now this we have to insert. So if the element is like this, then only we have to push it on the stake. So stake dot, what we need to do? Append. Okay, we'll write the append function and we'll push the element x inside the stake. So this is how we have to push the elements. So by this way we can easily push the elements. Now pop and display the content of the stake. So we have to pop the element and we have to display the content of the stake. So the question is not much clear about here. Actually we have to create only 2 functions, 2 user defined functions. So pop and display the content of the stake. So there are 2 things there. Okay, we have to pop the element and we have to display the stake. So what we can do here, write one function for the pop stake underscore pop. Okay,
So we'll pass the stake inside this to pop the element. We'll write the condition for the empty. If stake equal empty, then we'll write stake. So whenever we are writing the code for the pop operation, then we have to consider this thing, stake underflow. Okay, else we have to pop the element. So the one element will be popped from the stake, and this is stored in the element is removed, right? So we have removed one element and we have displayed it also, the thing that was required. Now display the content of the stake. So what we need to do, we need to display the content of the stake. So what is our stake? Stake is a list, so we have to print this stake, print stake. But before that, actually we need to call the function. So okay, so at least we should call the function this push stake. So I am calling this function push underscore stake. Unless we call the function, it will not execute. Okay, so we have to pass the values also. Now let's try to run this. Now we can see here that 15, 30, 45, 60 and 75 are the elements right now in the stake. So we have not called this pop function. Okay, so if we have called this function, then one element will be removed. So keep in mind this thing. But for this particular assignment, this should be the answer. Now we'll come to the next example. In this example, you can see here, Riva has created a dictionary containing product names and price as the key and pairs of 4 products. Okay, so we have to take this example. This is our dictionary in this case, right? This is our dictionary, and we have to push the keys. For example, what is the key here? TV, mobile, PC, furniture. These are the keys. So we have to push the keys where the corresponding price of the product is less than 6,000. Okay, so we have to apply a condition on the values. Okay, and then we have to insert the keys. So basically we are going to insert the keys based on the values, okay, from the dictionary. So let's try to execute this also. So I am removing this part now, and we'll try to find out the solution for this. So we'll take this particular dictionary. Okay, we have taken this, right? And now we will define a function prod push. Okay, this is the name of the function. Let's take this function inside this. So we have applied def prod push. This is the function. Okay, and what we need to pass? We need to pass the stake. Of course we have to create a stake also. We will create a stake here. Stake is equal to, is there some name given for the stake? We can take it as prod name, for example. You can take it as prod name. Okay, prod name. This is the stake in this case. We have taken this. It is not given there, but because we are going to add the product names, so we can take such type of name there. Okay. Now what we need to pass inside this? We need to pass the product, which is the dictionary, product. Remember, P is capital here. Okay, since it is a case sensitive language, so we should take care of that. Now what we need to do? We need to trace all the keys of this product. So how can we do this? So we can write that for key in product. Okay, product. So basically this product will return the keys one by one. Okay, and after that we can find the values. So how the values find? We can find that if we write product, okay, product in bracket key, then it will represent the value of that corresponding key. Now we have to
apply the condition, a product key is less than 6,000. So we have to take this part, 6,000, less than 6,000. Now if any of the key which is satisfying this particular condition, which is eligible to be pushed in the stake. Okay, so we'll push this. So what we need to do again, take the name of the stake, that is what, prod name dot append, again the same function append, and then what we need to push inside this key, only we want to push the key. So this is how we can easily push the keys inside this. So by doing this, we will be able to push all the product names which has the values less than 6,000, right? Okay, the output from the program should be furniture and mobile. Let's see. So first we need to call this function. Okay, see a prod push, and we have to pass the variable, the dictionary inside this product, and then we need to display the, so we will display the value of stake. Okay, the stake name is prod name, right, like this. Let's run this, what happens. Now let us take the OR part of this question. Shan has a list containing 14 integers. Okay, these are the 14 integers. You need to help him to create a program with a separate user defined function to perform the following operations. Namush, okay, the name is given like that, which takes a list of stake and list as stake, and above list of numbers as parameters. So clearly written that we have to pass the two parameters here, the stake and the list of numbers. Push the numbers of the list which are divisible 5 into the stake. So if you got an idea from the previous examples, very easily you can do this. Okay, so coming back to here, what we need to do, we need to first create the list. So this is my list, I have taken exactly, and we will take this function name. Okay, okay, in the previous example also we did one mistake, that in this also the push which take list as a stake and the above dictionary, so we need to pass the stake also. Okay, product name comma product. So these two things we have to pass. This is the stake and this is the dictionary. Okay, the same way we will do with this also. So in this case, m we have taken, right, m we have taken, and then we'll create the function. Okay, so we should be very sure about our answer, to read it carefully, and then so we are passing what we have to pass here. Actually two things we have to pass. So we'll take first stake also. Stake is equal to an empty stake here, so we have to pass the stake inside this, and we have to pass the list of numbers. So what is that? That is m. Okay, so these two we have passed. Now what we need to insert into the stake out of m, the numbers which are divisible by 5. So we have to trace all the elements. So for I in m, we will write like this, I in m. One by one each element will be taken, and then we have to apply the condition. If I modulus 5 equal 0, then this is the required element that is eligible for the pushing inside the stake. So what we will do, stake dot append, again we need to do this same thing, append, and then what we need to push, I. Okay, so this is how we can easily append all the elements inside the stake, and then we need to simply call the function and then display. Okay, so we call the function numush, okay, and then stake comma m again, and then we will print the stake. print stake. Let's find out the answer of this. Okay, 10, 25, 60, 35, 15. You can see here 10, 25, 60, 35, 15. So like that easily you can perform it. Now let us take another example, okay, and try to find it out. So Rajiv has created this dictionary. So let us take the same dictionary here. Okay. So we have taken this dictionary here. Okay, these are the names there. Then write a program. We have to write a program, okay, with the separate user different functions. So one thing that you will find common in all the questions, that we need to create the functions. So be clear about the functions. So push the keys. So we have to write the function to push the elements in the stake. Okay. So what should be the name of the stake in this case? We have to push the keys. Keys is what? Employee names. So we can write the E name, for example. Okay. Push stake will take the name. Push stake. And first of all, we need to before this function we need to create the stake. We are taking stake name as emp name because we want to create the stake of employee names. So I am writing here emp name as the stake name. Now we'll pass this emp name inside this and this emp dictionary. Okay, these two parameters we need to pass every time whenever you are passing pushing the element inside the stake. Take two parameters, one the stake itself and another is the element or the list of element or the dictionary of element that you want to push. This dictionary contains the name and their salary, right? So we have to push only those names where the salary is less than 85,000. So we need to trace the keys. Okay, so I am writing here for key in emp. Okay, key in emp. So this emp will return the keys and that is stored in the key. And now I will write if emp in bracket key. So this will return the value of salary, okay, is less than 85,000. So we have to be clear about this 85,000. Okay, and if it is satisfying this, then this particular key is eligible to be inserted. So what we need to do, insert this emp name dot append, okay, and add this key inside this. This one will be the name that you want to insert, right? So this is how we need to do this. Again, the pop and display the content of the stake. Okay, so we'll write again one function, pop underscore stake. Here what we need to pass, the name of the stake, emp name. Okay, so what we need to do whenever we are doing it, first test whether it is empty or not. If emp name equal empty, then print okay, stake underflow. Else we need to do else what we need to do, x is equal to emp name dot pop. We need to pop the element or remove the element. So it will automatically remove the element from the top, and we can display this element also. Okay, so we can display like this, element comma x comma is removed from the stake. Okay, in this way you can easily remove the element. So this is the way. And now what we want to do, we want to call the push function first so that we can see how it is implemented, stake, and we need to pass emp name comma emp. So we have to pass this and then we have to print the stake.
stake name is what? EMP name. Okay, so we can run this and we can test it. Ajay, Rema and Vijay, these are the 3 employees which satisfy the condition. So you can see here, this is the output of this. Okay, so now we will take one more example, and that will be our last example for this discussion. Let's take this example. Write a function in Python that is push package and pop package to add the detail of the employees containing information about employee ID, e-name, the salary in the form of tuple in a package, and delete a package from the list of packages description considering them to act as push and pop operation on the stack. So what we understand with this, that we need to create the stack with the element in the form of tuples. Okay, so our stack will have the elements, and each element will be a tuple containing the employee ID, e-name and salary. Right. So how to implement this? Let's see this. Okay, so we are taking you to this particular part. Okay, so in this it is not clear as that from where to get the data for the employee ID, e-name and salary. So what we will do, we'll take an empty list. Okay, directly as stack is equal to empty. So this is my empty stack. Now I want to define a function. So function name is also not given there. Yes, given, it is given. Push package. Okay, so we'll write like this, push, and then package we have to push actually. So package should be the name here for the stack. Okay, so we'll take in this package, package. So this is my package, and in this particular, now see, in the previous example we have seen that we had taken 2 parameters in the function. One is the stack, another is the value or the list of values, like that, or the dictionary. But here we are taking only the 1 parameter, that is the stack. Now what we need to do, we need to create this employee ID, e-name and salary from the user. So we'll read this from the user, employee ID. Okay, we are not having the values of this directly. So what we need to do, employee ID will take integer, and then we'll ask input enter employee ID. So this is my first value that I want from the user. So I have taken it like this. Then I will take the second thing, e-name. Okay, e-name is equal to input, okay, enter employee name. So this is my second value that I want to take from the user. Next is salary. Okay, so I will take the third thing, salary is equal to int, and then input, then write enter salary. Okay, so these 3 things we have taken from the user. So it will automatically prompt the user to enter the values, and then we have to create a tuple of this. Okay, so we can write its name as EMP. Okay, I am writing its name as EMP is equal to, and this is the tuple. So we have to create the tuple of EMP ID, e-name and salary. So these 3 items we have taken, we have created a tuple of this, and now what we will do, we will append it inside the stack. So we have to use stack name is what? Package. KAGE dot append, and what we need to append? EMP, that is a tuple. Okay, so this way we can easily insert the package, or you can write also that one employee package is one employee details are pushed. Okay, pushed on the stack. So you can see here that
this is done with the first. So each time this function is called, it will add one element, one record of the employee inside the package, right? So this is our first function, and then we need to use the another function, that is what, pop function. Okay, let's see this. So def pop, okay, and then we have to pass the stake inside this. Okay, this is our stake. Again we will do the same thing. If package equal empty, then this is what we can write, empty stake oblique package. You can say stake or package is empty, so we are having nothing in this. Okay, else what we can do, we have to remove the element. So I am writing it x is equal to package dot pop. We simply need to do the pop operation. So x will contain what, the returned tuple. Okay, so we can write print, we can write it element removed is. So we have changed the interface this time, comma x. So x will represent our tuple that is removed from the package. Okay, if sometime if you want to see, I am not use this thing, but if you want to use this top, but top we are not using here because the implementation is done in that way that indirectly it is working as the top. We are removing the element directly from the top using the pop function, so no need to use or specify the top index there. Okay, so we have to now we need to call the elements. Okay, now one thing we will also do, we'll write to understand how to display. So sometime it is also called that display. Okay, so I am using the function display. So how to display the package? Sometime it can be asked in the exam that how to display the elements. Okay, so remember this thing also. If you want to display the elements, then we need to display the elements from the top, right? So we will find the top position and then we'll come backward up to the index, the element at the 0 index, and then we have to complete. Okay, so let's take this. So we are passing this package inside this. Now how to trace the each element of the stake? Okay, so we have to do like this. So first thing, whenever we are displaying, we have to again test this thing, that if this particular package is empty, then we are not in a position to display anything. So package is empty, then we have to show that this package is empty now and we cannot display anything. Else what we need to do? Okay, else what we will do, we'll apply a for loop here. Okay, so you can write a for loop for I in range, for example I in range, and we want the last index of the stake. The name of the stake is what? Package. Since the stake is implemented by list, so the last element index is found with this way, len of package minus 1. It will represent what? The last index. Now from the last we want to come up to 0. So what we need to give here? Minus 1. This is the last index. And then since we are decreasing by 1, so we have to write minus 1. Okay, like that we have to do. And then what we want to display? We want to print this package. Okay, we want to print this package, and the element is what? Of ith index. Okay, so this is the index, right? So in this way you will find, if you want to display all the elements at the same line, then write like this, and is equal to. Okay, and is equal to. If you write like this, then you will find that we are moving backward towards the last element, and the last we can print like this. Okay, this is so we'll try to execute this. Okay, so this, after this, actually when we execute this particular print, so it will print all the elements with this symbol. At the last, this symbol will remain. So this actually the start of this actually. Okay, so we are saying that this is the beginning of the stake. So we are putting this symbol just to mention it, right? So in this way you can easily display the elements. I hope that you have got an idea. Again, I take you to this concept. First, test whether it is empty or not, else apply a for loop from the last index towards the 0th index and decreasing by -1, and display the elements at the each index one by one. Okay, this way. And now we can easily call the elements. For example, if I want, so you can apply the while loop also, while true. Okay, so I'm taking it to the next implementation of a complete program, and we can do it like this. Print, then menu driven we are making this, so I can write push. Okay, push, this is my first option, and then print. Okay, 2.pop, this is my second option, and then print. Okay, print 3, then display. Okay, this is my third option. So I want to take the choice from the user. So I can take the choice from the user. Input, enter your choice out of 1 to 3. If ch equal 1, then I will call what? Push function. What is my push function? I think this is my push function. And what need to pass inside this? We need to pass package inside this. Okay, so I will pass this package. I have passed the package. So this is the proper call of my function. Elif ch equal 2, then I will call the function pop. Okay, so look at the function name. Okay, so that is what? Pop, and then package. This is my second choice. Elif ch equal 3. Okay, and then I want to display, and look at the function. Package is there. I have to pass the package. Else what I will do, I will break this. Okay, break. So this is all. Now our program is done. I can run the module. Okay, now let's try this. I want to push the operation. So what we need to, employee ID it will ask 1001, employee name Amit, salary 25,000. Again I want to push the element. I will take the ID as 1002, employee name as Kiran. Okay, and then salary 30,000, right? And if I want to add one more element, then I can use the choice one, push 1003, and then Keshav, this is my third element, and then 50,000. Okay, so I have entered the 3 records inside this. Now I want to see how does it looks. So I'm pushing the choice 3 and then C. So Keshav is the last element, you can see here, and then other elements. So this is how our this particular, if I remove one element, then which should be removed? Keshav should be removed. So I am taking this 2, and if I display this, so you can see here that element removed is Keshav. Now if I display all the elements, then you will find that 2 elements are remaining. So in this way, and if I remove this second element, again I choose this, and again I choose this. After this, all the elements are removed. Now look at the third position, what it will display. A stack empty, empty stake or package. Is it clear that how does it work? So I hope that you have got an idea how to answer the questions. Okay, so it's very easy to implement this. So with these two videos you can easily go ahead with the solutions, practice more, and you will surely be getting the maximum marks in the examinations. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much.